This is News 3 Now at 10.
Thank you for joining us tonight. While most schools in Dane County return with virtual learning next week, students in one local district are demanding grading be in a pass-fail format.
And Adam Duxter joins us live from Middleton with the reasoning behind their request tonight. Adam?
Yeah, Eric and Charlotte, that petition started just days ago, already gaining support online. And with at least 2 months of online school expected to start here next week at Middleton High School, students are asking administrators to rethink the traditional grading format.
When Middleton High School first went virtual last spring, the transition was unlike anything many of us had experienced.
It was very different. Well, I think for everyone, no one could see their friends, and I lost touch with essentially all of my teachers.
Incoming junior Daria Rudich says it wasn't just the social changes, but the structure of her classes and availability of her teachers making things difficult.
I'm a straight A student, but for the first time, I was taking AP chemistry last year, and for the first time I got a C. That was a really big drop for me.
And while last year the district adopted a pass-fail policy, this year, with more time to prepare, they'll return to traditional letter grading, which they see as an incentive.
It acts as a motivation for them. Again, they know that, I'm working hard to get this, whatever grade it is they want to achieve.
But Rudich and close to 200 others don't see it that way, as an online petition to maintain the pass-fail format into the 2020 school year already has close to 200 signatures. And while Rudich says she's always been a good student, she knows for some of her classmates, the situation at home can make online learning almost impossible.
When we create letter grades, it creates a very high standard for students, and students can't really perform at that high standard right now.
Hibner says individual students will be able to petition both staff and administration to be graded on a pass-fail format. But he says in the meantime, the district is focused on planning to get all of its students back here in this building in the start of the second quarter, the first week of November.
Adam, thank you. Just yesterday, News 3 Now hosted a discussion with the new superintendent of the Madison district. And we asked about grading here in Madison. This is what was said.
We'll also be using a variety of assessments for learning, not necessarily for evaluation, but to see how students are progressing along the way. The actual grades, because remember, we're moving back to grades and away from pass-fail, that those grades actually really reflect the true learning and the true teaching that is happening.
And be sure to stay with News 3 Now, as well as our website, channel3000.com, for all of your back-to-school news and developments.
Let's go to meteorologist Chris Reese now with a look at our first warn forecast.
Temperatures continue to drop after that front came through earlier on today that brought the wind, and it's bringing at least some cooler air for tonight. 60 our temperature in Madison. Black River Falls is at 46. Upper 50s really starting to show up for a lot of us now. Our resolution Doppler continues to remain clear. Look for the rest of our nights to be that way. 50 showing up almost as soon as midnight. Really, we need the temperature to drop 1 more degree. We're going down into the low 50s and upper 40s for those overnight lows tonight. Then as we begin to look ahead, we're focused on the weekend. It's a holiday weekend coming up. Things are going to be dry at least through Saturday evening. Into next week, we'll start things milder before a big temperature drop, and some potential heavy rain is on the way. We're having more details on that coming up in about 10 to 15 minutes.
Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden and his wife Jill made a trip to Kenosha today. They met privately with the family of Jacob Blake upon arriving in Milwaukee, and also spoke with Jacob himself by phone. Afterwards, he attended a meeting with members of the community.
I think we've reached an inflection point in American history. I honest to God believe we have an enormous opportunity now that the screen, the curtain's been pulled back on just what's going on in the country, to do a lot of really positive things.
After leaving Kenosha, the former vice president and his wife also made a stop in Wauwatosa. They discussed education in the time of the pandemic. Biden's stop in Kenosha comes just 2 days after President Trump's visit. Speaking with some of the people in Kenosha today, we heard a wide range of responses. Some people are embracing it, others just want healing and out of the spotlight.
Democrat, Republican, neither one's helping the city of Kenosha, and that's what I want. I think it's a lot to do with being in the public and being in this campaign, helping this campaign out. But he could have been here 2 weeks ago when DNC was in Milwaukee, but he couldn't come then, which is kind of weird.
Joe Biden's message today is that we need to think collectively, not individually, that we need to think about our community.
Jacob Blake's uncle was also out today speaking to a crowd of people earlier about how he welcomed Biden's visit and was pleased that he took the time to visit with the family.
Governor Tony Evers today said he didn't want Joe Biden or President Trump to visit Kenosha. When asked about it during a press conference today, here's what he said.
I would prefer that no one be here, whether it be candidate Trump or candidate Biden. I said very clearly to both of them what my position was, and they both decided to come. It's a free country. As a result of that, I'm very hopeful that both of them act in ways that doesn't make things more difficult.
Governor Evers sent President Trump a letter telling him that his visit would not help Kenosha heal. He says he was upset the president and others holding a roundtable discussion inside did not wear masks despite the statewide mandate. Meanwhile, the governor did not send Joe Biden a letter. He says he learned of the trip too late, but said the Democratic nominee knew about his position. New tonight, Republican Congressman Brian Stiles said he hopes both the president and Joe Biden were able to absorb just how devastated he said Kenosha is right now. He's hopeful about how their attention can help.
Ultimately, we need to rebuild the city of Kenosha stronger than ever before. And hopefully this attention that's been placed on the city of Kenosha becomes a rallying cry for the community to come together, to unite, and then to rebuild and come back stronger.
During the president's visit earlier in the week, he pledged federal dollars to help Kenosha get back on its feet, including $4 million for local businesses, $1 million for local law enforcement, and $42 million to be used statewide for public safety. Days after taking no action during a special session on police reform, Assembly Republicans reopened the session today, only to close it again until next week. On Monday, only a few lawmakers were present for the session called by the governor. They opened the session for less than 30 seconds before adjourning it until today. Then today, a spokesperson for the Assembly Speaker indicated lawmakers did the same, adjourning the session until Tuesday.
New tonight, several members of the Madison Common Council are demanding the alderperson who used a sexist slur that could be heard during a meeting earlier this week to come forward. According to an open letter to the public sent out tonight by Alder Tag Evers, council members say the person responsible should admit their guilt, or they will request a thorough investigation, including a forensic analysis of the recording. UW-Whitewater Chancellor Dwight Watson has been put on paid administrative leave as the university investigates a complaint against him. The announcement was made today by UW System Interim President Tommy Thompson. Officials did not say what the complaint was about. According to a news release, the UW system will not comment on the investigation until this complaint is resolved. And tonight, UW-Madison says racist graffiti was found on multiple buildings on the Library Mall area. According to a release, 2 buildings connected to UW-Madison, including University Bookstore and the Extension Building, were affected, as were several city and privately owned properties. It is currently being investigated, and should someone be found to be involved, the university will pursue disciplinary action.
A man in Waukesha is behind bars tonight after a violent crime spree that included setting a woman on fire. Yesterday, police first responded to the woman who was out walking her dogs when a man attacked her by setting her on fire. She was taken to a hospital burn unit. Police say later they believe the suspect drove to an elderly couple's home and burned 2 cars and a workshop. They say the suspect also hit an 83-year-old man with his car. That man is expected to survive. As for the woman who was burned, no word on her condition. Witnesses say people rushed to help when they heard her yelling.
She was walking her 2 dogs like she does every day and every morning, and all of a sudden I was in the kitchen and I heard screaming for help. She was in pain, clearly. Yeah, she was like shaking and holding onto her arms.
Police arrested the suspect, a 39-year-old man. They have not released a name or a motive.
Federal agents have arrested 2 Missouri men in a Wisconsin hotel after receiving a tip they were coming to Kenosha to possibly, quote, loot and pick people off. The FBI tracked Michael Carmo and Cody Smith to a Pleasant Prairie hotel on Monday. FBI agents recovered an AR-15, a shotgun, 2 handguns, a silencer, ammunition, body armor, a drone, and other materials. Neither were legally allowed to possess guns because of criminal records. President Trump hit the campaign trail today in another major swing state, Pennsylvania, where he came out swinging against his opponent.
He wants to surrender your nation to the radical left-wing mob. You know, in his best days, 25, 30 years ago, he was weak. He was weak as a senator.
Today, Twitter put warning labels on some of the president's tweets about trying to vote twice in the upcoming election. That warning suggested the president's messages violated a policy against advocating illegal election activity. The tweets in question encouraged voters who submitted ballots by mail to go to their polling place on Election Day in order to verify that their vote had been counted. During a press briefing today, White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany addressed the president's comments. She says the president, quote, does not condone unlawful voting, then explained how people can verify their votes.
Every single state in the country, you can cast a provisional ballot, and that is a ballot that is there, and if your vote that you have not mailed in is not counted, they will then count the provisional ballot, and that is exactly what the president's referring to. But what Democrats are doing is saying
it is illegal to vote twice in an election.
An intelligence bulletin issued by the Department of Homeland Security warns that Russia is attempting to sow doubt about the integrity of the 2020 elections by amplifying false claims related to mail-in voting, resulting in widespread fraud, which has also been repeatedly pushed by President Trump. The warning also comes one day after Attorney General Bill Barr condemned states for encouraging mail-in voting. Facebook is rolling out a plan to stop efforts to undermine the election. The company says it will not accept new political ads the week before the election in November. Facebook will remove posts claiming people will get COVID-19 if they vote. The company will also label misinformation about the election and voting.
Still to come tonight, a look ahead to your full holiday weekend forecast. But first, on the eve of the 1 month since the devastating explosion in Beirut, rescue workers say they're continuing to find signs of life in the rubble. Stay with us.
Free TV during Steinhaffel's biggest Labor Day sale on now. Save 35 to 75% store-wide, plus $100 off and incredible specials priced to sell out, like any size Sealy mattress, $99. Steinhaffel's has the largest selection of quality furniture and mattresses, and it's all on sale. That's right, all living room, dining room, and bedroom furniture is on sale, plus special financing and free in-carton shipping. So save big and get a free TV during Steinhaffel's Labor Day sale.
Real customers are experiencing a real difference with Spectrum Internet and TV.
The speed is insane. It's always right there. Just boom.
It was easy to connect all of my devices, and I was able to find a plan that was affordable for me.
I'm saving money, and I'm even getting more speed.
Get the speed you need to do all the things you love on all your devices with Spectrum Internet, delivering the fastest starting speeds for the price. 200 megabits. Switch now for $44.99 a month. Call 833-918-4499.
With Spectrum TV, the picture quality is incredible. I feel like I'm in the movie.
The amount of stuff available on Spectrum On Demand is just never ending.
Add Spectrum TV and enjoy more free HD and more free on demand. Plus, use the Spectrum TV app to watch live TV on the go. All from $44.99 a month. Call 833-918-4499.
Spectrum gives me the best deal no matter what.
Every day I'm saving money.
Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. Ask about our easy self-install options to install your new services yourself. Call 833-918-4499.
Protect your roof from the elements with EPDM rubber roofing. Menards has a large selection of sizes, up to 20 by 100 feet. EPDM rubber roofing is 11% off. Enjoy crisp autumn breezes with a new Larson Storm Door. With styles that will match your home and features like a screen-away retractable screen, Larson Storm Doors are 11% off. Stop waiting and start saving with 11% off everything. Now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
It's Slumberland's huge Labor Day sale. Now is the time to focus on your home for less. Get this stylish, comfy sectional for just $9.98 and get the storage ottoman free. Or an incredible price on this highly recommended Sealy Posturepedic Queen mattress for just $4.49. If you've been waiting for our very best deals, this is it. And get free shipping with no minimum. You don't want to miss this one. The Labor Day sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Kathy's looking ahead to the weather for Labor Day weekend, and there might be some rain in the forecast to look out for.
And we'll take a look at the effects the COVID-19 pandemic might have on your Labor Day travel plans.
We'll see you Friday morning.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. In Beirut, rescue crews are still digging through the rubble, searching for survivors from last month's explosion. Today, crews say they detected signs of life in the rubble of a collapsed residential building. The rescue team was seen setting up floodlights at the site as the sun set. Local media said any search and rescue effort, if it became clear that someone was still alive, was likely to take hours. A secondary fire broke out on an Indian supertanker ship today, carrying about 2 million barrels of oil in the Indian Ocean. A Navy spokesman said flames had spread to the New Diamonds Bridge, but there was no damage to the cargo area where the oil is kept. Personnel at the original scene said the fire was under control, but later rekindled. A statement released today by the Navy said the ship was crewed by 5 Greek and 18 Philippine nationals. One person was injured, another is still unaccounted for.
Across Wisconsin, there are nearly 870 new confirmed coronavirus cases. That's a noticeable increase from yesterday's total of 544. The positivity rate has increased by more than 1 percentage point to 7.9%. Health officials say 4 more people have died and another 30 people were hospitalized. Labor Day weekend is often a last chance for families to take a summer vacation, but with the pandemic, people are changing their plans. According to a new NerdWallet survey, 55% of Americans canceled their Labor Day travel plans this year, and NerdWallet travel expert Sarah Rathner says families who went forward with travel plans will see changes.
Once you get to your destination, things are going to look different. Hotels and airlines have social distancing policies in place. A lot of cities and states have restrictions and even quarantine measures in place.
Rathner says most Labor Day travelers are skipping flights and choosing to drive close to home, but everyone needs to be prepared for those last-minute changes.
Early this morning, Hurricane Nana made a landfall on the coast of Belize with sustained winds of about 75 miles an hour. The storm has since weakened, but is still dropping the heavy rain on Belize, Guatemala, and also parts of Mexico. Meanwhile, Omar, the tropical storm that formed off the coast of North Carolina, continues to weaken as it heads east into the Atlantic Ocean. Let's go to Chris Reese now as we get ready for a bit of a fall-like cool down after the weekend, Chris.
Yes, and we're already seeing a little bit of a cool down out there tonight, and we certainly saw the winds with that front that came through earlier on. Wind gusts today were up to about 35 miles per hour in Madison, Monroe, just shy of 40. La Crosse had wind gusts around 40 miles per hour too. Granted, up in the bluffs around La Crosse, things are typically fairly windy. Another common windy spot is the lakeshore, but even still, that's where we saw some of our greatest wind gusts today. 40 in Milwaukee, 45 in Kenosha. Winds tonight have really begun to relax. These are sustained winds right now. Once your sustained wind in Madison is at 3 miles per hour, the reality is the air is fairly calm, and we're seeing a lot of that as you work your way just back towards the west. Clear skies as well. We're going to keep these clear skies around as we go into the overnight hours. That will be allowing those temperatures to drop. 60 is where we stand right now. A lot of folks are already into the 50s and 40s. I expect everyone to fall into the upper 40s for those overnight lows. Here's a good reason to explain why we were so windy today. You have this area of low pressure towards the north and east, high pressure back over the high plains. Well, between those two spots, we call that a temperature gradient, where you're going from the high pressure to the low pressure. The bigger your gradient, the windier things get, and that's certainly what was responsible for our wind out there today. But still, high resolution Doppler remained fairly quiet. There were a couple of showers up closer towards the UP, but we're going to be staying quiet. Watch this as we go hour by hour through the overnight. So this is 6 a.m. Notice how those overnight lows fall down into the upper 40s for most of us. A couple spots may make it into the mid and low 40s, especially up towards Black River Falls, a common cool spot there. Tomorrow, this is lunchtime. Temperatures will be into the upper 60s to right around 70. Then I expect all of us to top out into the mid 70s for those highs tomorrow. Now beyond that, we begin to move into the weekend. Saturday looks fantastic. Temperatures around 78. Rain chances, they begin to increase as we move into Sunday and Monday. This is the first sign of those changes that are going to be brewing as we move into next week. Let's take a moment to unpack that. What are we expecting as we move into next week? Well, for one, we always like to look at the upper air pattern. This is what controls what happens for us right here on the ground. This is Canada. This is 2 o'clock on Sunday as well. Watch that colder air. It's on the move as we move into early next week. So this is Tuesday. Cold air throughout the northern central parts of the country. Warm air across the south and east. We call this a baroclinic zone. What typically happens is in the Rocky Mountains, right on the southern edge of that colder air, an area of low pressure develops and it rides along towards the Great Lakes. If this were December or January, we'd be watching a snowstorm potential into early next week. It's September, so we're looking at rainfall potential. And watch this. You even see the setup for the heavy rain happening with the temperatures. This is Monday. Here comes that cold front, right? So the cooler air comes down out of Canada. You've got your warmer air towards the south. And here's that area of low pressure. The warm, moist air supplies the moisture that we need. The colder air coming out of the north wrings out all of that moisture that we have. And so that's why we're going to see really multiple chances for rain. They're going to start sometime Sunday. Throughout the afternoon on Sunday, we'll see more showers and thunderstorms as this front pushes towards the south and east. Watch that next area of low pressure. That's going to be drawing up the moisture. It's going to override that front. Here we are on Tuesday, and we're talking multiple rounds of showers and thunderstorms. A good soaking rain. This is the drought monitor. Parts of the upper Midwest are into a moderate drought, even a severe and extreme drought. Watch the amount of rainfall that we could receive over the area. We're talking perhaps 3 inches or more of rainfall for some spots. So this is a good potential drought-busting rain that will not come all at once, but over the matter of a couple of days. So that's certainly some good news for folks out there. We'll watch Saturday to be a great day. Then Sunday through Thursday of next week, they all have rain chances.
All right, Chris, thank you.
My pleasure.
Well, just ahead in sports, the Bucks down 2-0 to the Heat in round 2. Why Milwaukee says tomorrow's game 3 will be a different story. Zach's in next with sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Wild Easttown Honda has clearance savings on over 400 new Hondas. Get 0% financing for up to 60 months on your favorite new Hondas at Wild Easttown Honda in Madison. It's gotta be wild.
Scranton is a long way from Wall Street. You won't find skyscrapers or big city bankers, just hard-working people. That's where Joe Biden's story starts. It's why he's running for president, for the backbone of this nation, working families. Donald Trump, he's in it for himself and his wealthy friends. In this crisis, we need to help workers and small businesses, and we need a president who will build back better.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
At Papa Murphy's, we make fresh pizza that you bake at home. Because home is where the cozy is. Home is where the fun is. Home is where the together is. And home is where the yum is. Because when you taste a fresh-made, home-baked pizza, you won't want to be anywhere else. For a limited time, get the Combo Magnifico Pizza with giant pepperoni, sausage, mushrooms, and onions for just $10. Papa Murphy's. Change the way you pizza.
It's easy to update your home at the Brothers Maine Labor Day Super Sale. Saving is easier on tons of great brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana. And Maine makes getting more easier with up to 18 months of 0% financing. Want even more easy? Select items include free delivery through Monday. That's the More Store. The Labor Day Super Sale. More selection, more savings, and more easy. Hurry in and see today at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
Gather, ing, gathering.
Garver.
Gathering.
Garv.
Garvering.
A socially responsible responsible gathering where a maximum of 250 people enjoy thirst-quenching drinks, delicious food, and the arts in a safe, clean, and touchless outdoor environment. Let's go Garvering. Visit thegarverfeedmill.com for dates and details starting June 11th.
Brought to you by News 3 Now, Madison Magazine, and the Garver Feed Mill.
Wild East Town Honda has clearance savings on 400 new Hondas. Lease a new all-wheel drive CR-V for $269. That's $269 and absolutely zero due at signing at Wild East Town Honda in Madison. It's gotta be wild.
It's a day that's never fun, cut day in the NFL. And for the Packers, this Saturday at 3 o'clock is the deadline to shrink their roster. Matt LaFleur has to make the tough decisions on who to cut and who to keep. The roster has to be trimmed from 80 players down to 53. Now, last training camp, wideout Malik Taylor got cut, but then was signed to the practice squad. This year, he's back and preparing for Saturday like it's just another practice.
That's just one of the things that you can't think about when you're out there on the field. If you do, your mind is going to be somewhere way where it's not supposed to be. So, you know, my mindset just going out there is just to perform, you know, just doing everything to the best of my ability. And then when that day comes, you know, I'll just keep my head up and see what happens.
Former Badger James White has been named one of New England's team captains for the upcoming season, and it shouldn't come as a surprise. White was named a captain for the Patriots in 2018 and 2019. The Bucs aren't where they want to be right now in the Eastern Conference semifinals. Down 2-0 in a best-of-7 series to the Heat. And the percentages don't look good. 93.6% of teams up 2-0 win the series. But this year is different. There's no home court advantage, and the Bucs can lean on experience from last year when they were up 2-0 and lost to the Raptors in 6.
I think the most important thing is just realizing it's not all going to happen in one game. You know, we can't just win 2 games at once, 3 games, 4 games at once. You know, it's going to come down to winning 1 game at a time. It starts with game 3.
It's a group that's built to respond and has incredible character. And, you know, we see that today in practice. We see it in the conversations. And, you know, we'll see it tomorrow in game 3.
And Miller Park will soon be known as American Family Field. Here's the new logo, American Family Insurance, and the Brewers unveiled this morning. The stadium will officially be renamed starting January 1st, 2021. We're back after this.
Ashley Home Store's unbeatable Labor Day 72-hour mattress sale is on. Save up to 60% off Beauty Rest and up to $1,000 instantly off doorbusters and special buys. Plus up to $300 in free furniture. Only at Ashley Home Store.
Don't miss these great deals at Govan Cars Grand Opening Sale. 2017 Nissan Sentras, Hyundai Elantras, and Kia Fortes for only $99.95 or $159 per month.
That's right. Buy a 2017 Nissan Sentra, Hyundai Elantra, or Kia Fortes for only $99.95 or $159 per month. So just hurry in today and just ask for my dad, Don the Dealman Govan.
Or my daughter, Crystal the Pistol Govan.
You gotta go to Govan, GovanCars.com.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I?
Wow, is that really me? It's a facelift in a jar.
The people you're watching have just seen themselves in the mirror for the first time since we applied Plexiderm to their problem areas. And this Labor Day, we invite you to turn back your visual clock with Plexiderm. All it takes is 10 minutes. In fact, if you visit plexidermtrial.com, you can see real people apply Plexiderm and watch as their under-eye bags and wrinkles visibly disappear in just minutes.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old. I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to be in good health and to be fit and take care of yourself. Plexiderm makes you feel as good outside as you do inside. Amazing.
So look your best this Labor Day. Try Plexiderm today for only $14.95. Plus get free shipping. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Love getting prices that are lower than low on food that's fresher than fresh? With the Pick and Save app, you can get personalized coupons on top of weekly sales and rewards like fuel points, all for prices that are lower than the everyday low. So go ahead, get lower than low. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Lawless criminals terrorize Kenosha. Joe Biden takes a knee. Biden and the radical left's weak response has led to chaos and violence, and their calls for defunding police would make it worse. President Trump is making it stop, sending National Guard and federal law enforcement to protect Wisconsin's families. Communities, not criminals. Jobs, not mobs. Strong leadership when America needs it most.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Furniture and Appliance Mart's 72-hour Labor Day appliance sale is on. Get Wisconsin's best appliance deals guaranteed, plus 18 months no interest, and free delivery within 5 days on all in-stock appliances at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
This portion of News 3 Now is sponsored by the Wisconsin Lottery, reminding you to please play responsibly.
Chris is here with the final check.
Yeah, we're going to see more sunshine into tomorrow. Look for temperatures a little bit cooler, right around 73. 78, though, as we move into Saturday. But Saturday night, that's when changes move our direction. Shower and thunderstorm chances until Wednesday of next week. Parts of next week, we will see our afternoon highs struggle out of the 50s.
All right, Chris, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good, be well, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.
Now, a WISC-TV editorial with editorial director Neil Heinen.
How about a little positive news? We thought so. First of all, the recent rankings of the top universities in the country had UW-Madison moving up in a number of important categories, including overall, nationally, and worldwide. The UW faces a lot of challenges right now, but it's a reminder of how valuable UW is to our state and our future. We love that the Madison School District is partnering with United Way of Dane County on a new child care scholarship fund. We love even more the Greater Madison Chamber of Commerce encouraging businesses to support the fund. And this week, the Willie Street Co-op is kicking off the 10th annual Eat Local Month. Obviously, now more than ever, our farmers and the local markets and producers that support Wisconsin farmers are in need of our support. Let's give it to them.